I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Good to see everybody on this chilly, drizzly, is that a word? We'll use it, drizzly Thursday night. Glad you're here because I'm here. And if I'm here, I hope you're here. Good to see you, Ghost Lincoln in the house. Scott Hummer, my man. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. She said, here showing support at work now. We'll catch the replay. She said, we thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Magic, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Who else we got in the house tonight? Oh, one of the best YouTube names on YouTube. Coffee first. Then speak. Welcome in. Good to see you. Teresa, good to see you. I hope you are doing well. Miss D's Harleywood Garden. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I hope you had a great day today. Hope you had a good day and life was not too hard for you where you are at. My man, Parabellum Prepper in the house. Good to see you. Santiago, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good day. Holly Ivans, good to see you as well. Welcome in, Joe. How was your day? Hope you had a good day today, Joe. Red Scout, good to see you. Good to see you, Red Scout in the house. The Virginia Bushcrafter, my brother. What's going on, man? Hope you had a great day today. Dan H., thank you for the 5x5. I am glad I am not talking to myself because I do not like silent movies. Good to see you, Dan. Good to see you. Love and Life, hello, and welcome in. Hope you guys had a great day today. Happy Mac. Y'all get on in here and sit on down. Hope you had a good day today. Happy Mac. Thank you for the 5x5, Holly and Teresa. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody in the house. Even met someone who doesn't need to breathe anymore to be alive. Well, there you go, Red Scout. And that is a good question. Good question. Hope you're doing well. JJ, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a great day today as well. Y'all come on in here and sit down, and we're going to have us a nice sit down and discussion tonight. Because I know from the thumbnail, everybody's talking about, look, where are we looking? Huh? Where are we looking? That's just it. What direction are we looking? KP, welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you had a great day today too, as well. But before we get into tonight's topic and discussions and stuff, how was your week, folks? Friday is upon us, right around the corner. How's everybody's week doing? Anybody doing anything exciting this weekend? It would be great to just have some fun this weekend. Psalms 146, Home and Garden. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight, sis. Thank you for stopping in and spending some time tonight with us. Anybody doing special, anything fun? And while everybody's saying magic is looking inside and looking outside, that is the way to do it, my friend. You gotta look everywhere. That is the key. Fed Up American, one of my amazing moderators. Good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you are doing well. Yep, as Dan says, working per usual. Yes, I know that is right, Dan. I know that you are working this weekend. That does not surprise me. And I understand. Bug Out Adventures, good to see y'all. Good to see you. Howdy, y'all. I had a blessed and highly favored week. Amazing. I'm glad you did, Bug Out Adventures, and I hope everyone else did as well. But I got some great news to share with everybody that we found out yesterday, and I was ready to jump for joy. And in my hand, folks, I have a signed leasing agreement from the Department of Justice for Vision Preparedness to teach Stop the Bleed. Absolutely wonderful. I am ecstatic. It only took them 1 year and 2 months to get us back the license agreement and the contract. Dan, get out of my head. The puppies are not coming early, but I talked to the breeder today, and the first one will be here late July. Yes, the first puppy will be here late July, and I will introduce everybody to him. But yes, I am ecstatic, and thank you, love and life. Thank you, everybody. Yes, we now are officially able to start teaching Stop the Bleed courses. So you know what that means next year, the Bug Out Weekend, don't you? We will be teaching a Stop the Bleed course for all participants. Thank you, folks, for the congratulations. We've been working on it. So now we just need to get to it, get down to it, and start getting our instructors trained, start getting our training material, and start putting it out there. But yes, I was ecstatic, and I'm happy that now we can officially teach Stop the Bleed, and those that participate in our courses will get a certificate of completion and training and some other things that we are in the process of putting together. XNYC Prepper in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. I hope you are doing well. It is amazing, people. I just don't understand why it took so long for them to, first of all, send the contract. And then once I signed it, it had to go through their judicious system and get it signed and do whatever they had to do. And therefore, we are now certified. So with that, other than that, let's see, what else? What else is going on? Yes, as Dan H. said, the first puppy comes towards the end of July, which I am ecstatic about. The breeder sent me a picture of the litter, and those little jokers are 4 weeks old, and they are huge. They are huge. Fed Up American said the only thing the government is quick about is taking your tax money. Absolutely right. I agree with you 100%. Fed Up American. Yep. But yes, the puppy will be coming shortly, and hopefully the second one will be here sometime in late August, early September. And then it's training the pups and doing the things and getting all that good stuff. And I like it. It's a good thing. But so what's everybody else doing? Anybody doing anything fun? Anybody going anywhere fun? But because what direction are you looking? That's the key. And what I mean by that, folks, is, and you know me, sometimes I connect dots that shouldn't be connected, or I shouldn't even try to connect. And I'm going to talk briefly about this, and then we're going to move on, and I'm going to share some stuff and talk about what direction are we looking. First and foremost, the sub that disappeared looking for the Titanic or going to the Titanic or anything like that. Um, you know, first of all, it's a tragedy when anybody loses their lives. My prayers definitely go out to the families of those that were on the sub and those that did lose their lives. But my thing is, even though this made national news, may have made worldwide news. Yes, Magic. Yep, that's what I heard. It was an implosion within the sub, and I guess the Navy said they heard the implosions, the sound of it. Loretta, good to see you. I hope you are doing wonderful on this Thursday night, family. Good to see you. Yes, I heard it was an implosion, and it is tragic. Um, you do the same, Coffee. Thank you for dropping in. We appreciate you. Stay safe and keep prepping. But here's my thing. What was going on while they were splashing this all over the news? Because anytime there is a headline, no matter tragic or whatever, what are they trying to do, if possible, to distract us? Auslander Info, good to see you, my brother. I hope you are doing well in the land down under. He is already, folks, starting his weekend. It's Friday where he's at. Fun, he says, every day on this side of the grass is a good day. So, yes, guest life is fun. You're absolutely right. Any day I wake up in the morning is going to be a good day. That is for sure. Yep, as Dan said, constantly scanning everything everywhere. Absolutely. And by the way, folks, if you haven't participated in the poll, please do so. And we will get to those results later on in the live stream tonight for sure. But yes, Dan, constantly scanning everything everywhere. Yes, which at times can be monotonous, overwhelming, and downright tiring. Good evening, Oki Khan. Welcome in. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well tonight. KN, hello. How are you? And I hope you're doing well in Texas. I hope you're surviving the heat that is flooding through the great state of Texas. Yep, I agree with you, Fed Up American, covering up Grandpa Ice Cream's crimes. Yes. So, meanwhile, anyway, what I'm getting to tonight, what direction are we looking, folks? First of all, we all know about situational awareness, being aware of what's around us at all times and where we're at, where we're going, who people are near us, so forth and so on. The same thing is for the news. When they throw out a bunch of stuff, what else is going on that we may not know, or they're trying to get our attention off of? And that's what I mean by look left, look right, look in front of you, look behind you, look up and look down. We have to look all around. Just because 28 stations throw the same news story out, what is it they are trying to keep us from and not see? We all know about Hunter Biden, and he probably won't spend a day in prison. If it was you or me, we would be in there until hell froze over, but that's okay. So we got to pay attention. And this is why you'll hear me say from time to time, I'm listening for what they don't say. And that means, I'm listening to what they're not talking about, or I heard a glimpse and then it's disappeared magically. Things like that. Holly says she will be doing up the laundry and running errands this weekend. I have to go Tuesday for a surgical procedure. I have a stone and the tube going to my pancreas. So strange. Holly, my prayers are with you, and I hope everything goes well. And I will definitely keep you in my prayers while you are in the hospital. I hope it's outpatient so you don't have to stay in there long. Love and Life says mainstream media is keeping us from the truth. You're absolutely correct. Very slow. Yes, very true. They're keeping us from the media. And as Magic said, the clash is set to go off. Absolutely. And Parabellum says it's a slow burn. Yes. Oslander Info says the people in power would do anything to avoid Nuremberg 2.0 for their crimes against humanity. Right. Making humanity equal lab rats. The excess death count now. So that number 3 is a way to avoid justice. Very true. And very well spoken, my friend. You're absolutely right. Loretta, thank you. Absolutely. God, please protect Miss Holly and heal her completely. Thank you. And in the name of Jesus, amen. And I agree with you in that prayer, Loretta. Parabellum said a bunch of equipment just went over to UK yesterday. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good. I'm glad, Holly, you come home the same day. Good. Good, good, and gooder. But yeah, folks, you know, we are in unprecedented times, and I keep saying this, but I'm gonna keep saying it because it's true. You know, they keep bombarding us with all of this stuff that it's just perpetuating the situation. You know, how much or what has been done and given to Ukraine over there that we don't know about? What has gone over there? What military might and all that other stuff has gone over there that we don't know of, that they're not telling us? So listen to this. I'm going to share this story with you, and I know you'll never hear this on mainstream media in the United States. This comes from the People's Voice, and the headline reads, Putin introduces forced chemical castration for all pedos in Russia. He has declared forced castration. So for all of those messing with children. How you doing, Paul J. Conroy Sr.? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, so Putin just put that law into place. Prepper Book Club, good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having an amazing evening as well. Yeah, you won't hear that story anywhere in the U.S. media, period. He already put that law out there. Anybody who deals with kids, you will be forced to be chemically castrated. Yes. Auslander says the people in power are well aware of the 2 timelines. Yes. So they know their time is limited. Yes. They know their timeline in Revelations is limited. Correct. But yeah. Yep. I agree with you, Fed Up American. Penny Prepper, good to see you. Good to see you. Yep. You're right, Penny. He sure can. He can also deem who is one as well. That is very true. So, you know, that was a story that caught my eye that I saw that I just wanted to bring up. But here's the thing that kills me, folks, that's going on. And I'm going to, you know me, I always share where I get the information from so you can read it yourself. This comes from Al Jazeera News. And this is pretty diabolical and disgusting. Lab-grown synthetic human embryos lead to calls for regulation. I'm going to put this article in the chat so you can check it out. and read it for yourself. The Experience with Sassy, good to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening. So, labs use stem cells to create structures looking like human embryos without without sperm or egg or fertilization. Scientists have used these stem cells to create human embryos in a lab, in a first that has prompted calls for stricter regulations in rapidly advanced stem cell research. Several different labs around the world have released preprint studies in the past 7 days describing their research, which experts say should be treated with caution as the research has not yet been peer reviewed. Exactly, Happy Mac. Right, exactly. Exactly. This is horrible. Loretta, you said it best. These people going to learn God Almighty is sovereign and will not be mocked. Absolutely. So it says here the labs used different techniques to encourage human embryonic stem cells, which can become any type of cell, to self-assemble into a structure that resembles an embryo without needing sperm, an egg, or fertilization. Exactly, Magic. Exactly. Who will own them? Yes. Yes. And Paul, you're absolutely right. There are biolabs over there as well. Yeah. Psalms 146, home and garden. That explains why people say everyone has a twin. Yeah. Exactly. Oslander said, if it's in the civilian market in MSN, it means that the government and their military have done it decades ago. Absolutely right. The story's just now coming out. They've been doing it for decades. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Bug Out Adventure. Yes. Absolutely. Said she did a video on that topic, folks. You can go to Bug Out Adventures channel. Oh, by the way, all the content creators in the chat, if you type the word vision, it will drop a link to your channel. Folks, check out the people that you may not be subscribed to. Check them out, like a video, leave a comment. If you like the content and everything they're talking about, subscribe to their channel. That's how we all grow, folks. We all grow together. You're absolutely right, Parabellum Prepper. Yeah, Parabellum, you're right. They've been doing it for years. Yes. So, it's crazy, folks. And listen to this. Their justification is the aim is to give scientists a model in which to study human embryos in ways never before possible because of ethical concerns, in the hopes of gaining new insight into the causes of birth defects, genetic disorders, infertility, and other problems during pregnancy. That's their excuse for doing this. The first announcement came last Wednesday when Madeline Zernick Goetz of Cambridge University and the California Institute of Technology described her team's work at the International Society for Stem Cell Research's annual meeting in Boston. You see the country that first came public with this. What else has been done for decades that things that other countries are doing and nobody knows about it but them? Yeah. This is just an abomination. I'm gonna call it what it is. I'm sorry. This is a complete abomination, and they will be judged for it, plain and simple. Right. Parabellum, you know what? I was just thinking about that. Yeah. Combine AI with lab-grown humans. And what do you have? The Terminator. Exactly. That is why I say, what are we looking at? We got to be looking for what we don't hear. Things like that. Now, this next one is just as diabolical as it gets. And I'll share this link also. And I'm actually going to put this up on the screen because I forgot to put the last one up on the screen. Huh. Isn't that about nothing? So, guess what, folks? A new era, lab-grown meat gets approval for sale in the United States. People, please read this. Please start a garden. Please raise your own animals. And please, 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 please prepare. So the United States becomes the second country in the world to publicly announce, behind Singapore, to allow sales of lab-grown meat. Two companies, Upside Foods and Good Meat, said on Wednesday they have received final U.S. Department of Agriculture approval to sell lab-grown meat, paving the way for the nation's first ever sale of the product. The companies are the first to complete a multi-step approval process for so-called cultivated meat, which is derived from a sample of livestock cells that are fed and grown in steel vats. Livestock cells put into a steel vat and grown. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration has already determined that the food is safe to eat. Now, if y'all believe that, I got some beachfront property that I would like to sell you in the middle of Tennessee. Urban Gardening Chronicles, good to see you. I hope you're doing well this evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. Yeah, folks, they're going to start selling lab-grown meat in the United States. So to continue this article, with the approval, the United States will become the second country, like I said earlier, after Singapore, to allow cultivated meat sales. And here's what they say. It's a dream come true, more like a nightmare come true. The CEO, Uma Valetti, the CEO of Upside, in an interview with Reuters, says it marks a new era. The companies, which both make cultivated chicken, plan to first serve their products at high-end restaurants before scaling production to reach a lower cost for grocery stores. This is insanity. Upside Chicken will first be served at Bar Cren, a restaurant in San Francisco owned by chef Dominique Cren. The company said Good Meat will sell its first batch of chicken to the Jose Andres Group, owned by the humanitarian and chef Good Meat said. So this guy who's buying lab-grown chicken and beef is a humanitarian. I'm floored by this story, folks. The company said they're still determining an exact timeline for when the products will hit the plates. The USDA laid out 4 steps to making lab-grown meat. You got to listen to these 4 steps. Here's their 4 steps. In order to do this, and it's deemed safe by the FDA, this is what they have to do. Sample cells from tissue of animal are taken, screened and grown to make a bank of cells for later use. The process typically does not permanently harm or kill the animal. So in other words, they're going to take cells and reproduce them over and 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 store them for later use. Okay, that's the first thing. But it doesn't harm the animal. I'm with you, KP. KP said, I'm glad I'm poor, can't afford that garbage. You got that right. I'm with you 100%. So step number 2 is the cells are then put into a controlled environment, such as a sealed container, where nutrients and other factors prompt them to multiply. Notice they said other factors. Didn't say what, they just said other factors prompt them to multiply. Step number 3, once the number of cells has increased, folks, I couldn't make this stuff up. It says once the number of cells has increased into billions or trillions, more factors are added to the controlled environment that allow the cells to differentiate into types and assume characteristics of muscle, fat, or connective tissue cells. What in the blue blazes does that mean? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Parabellum. Yeah. Oh, factors. Num num. Exactly. Exactly, Magic. Can you spell cancer? Yeah, folks, this is insanity at its best. So, step number 4, it gets gooder, as my grandmother used to say. It's only going to get gooder. Step number 4, when the cells have taken on the desired characteristics, they can be taken from the controlled environment and be processed and packaged like conventional food. Welcome in, Jason. Good to see you. My brother from another mother, Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We all survived last night from Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We all gonna die Friday. So here we are on the Truth Thursday. So step 4, once they've taken on the characteristics of food or meat or whatever the heck these things are, then they can be processed and packaged like conventional food. Upside Foods on its website called the process similar to brewing beer. Yeah, this is insanity at its best, folks. How can this be good? Right, Magic. Right. How do you inspect an experimental meat product? You don't. That's how they do it. They don't. That's why I'm saying, folks, look, wake up. Like Magic just said, look left, look right, look up, look down, look in front of you, look behind you. They have just approved artificial meat to be sold in the United States. Now, listen to this. Beef production is responsible for about 40% of the world's deforestation, according to the Our World in Data. While the UN Food and Agricultural Organization, we know who runs those, said livestock production generates 14.5% of the world's greenhouse gas emissions. Now they're global warming is caused by the production of animals and what they do afterwards, just like humans. So check this out. Hudson Valley just dropped the gem, folks. Okay, so hear me out. Kentucky Fried Chicken had to change their name over this. It's now KFC because those are not genetically modified chickens. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, folks, grow your own food, raise your own animals, talk to the farmers in your area, the cattlemen, the ranchers that grow and raise meat, birds, beef. Talk to them and get to know them. And my first question is, do you use genetically modified feed in your animals? Get to know them. Buy locally. I'm going to say it again till the cows come home or the Terminator shows up. Buy locally, folks. Support your local farmers market, folks. This is absolutely insanity. And they also say until this meat costs and tastes the same, until it tastes the same as traditional meat, it's going to stay a niche, said Bruce Friedrich, president of the Good Food Institute. So, first of all, here's what I talk about. Look and listen to what they're not saying. Listen to this statement again, and I'll read it slower. Until the meat costs and tastes the same as traditional meat. So that my first question from that is, so what's it taste like now? What does it taste like now? This is insanity. Yeah, Hudson Valley, right, exactly. Time to move into the woods, folks. This is pure evil. This is pure debauchery. That these two companies have been given FDA approval for lab-grown meat. It Prepper Book Club. Yeah, pretty much. Yes, I would agree. Yeah, exactly. Parabellum, say it. Tell it. You cannot replicate fresh Lake Erie walleye. I agree with you, my friend, and I have some in the freezer. Yes, it's horrible. Look, pay attention. So my question is that they didn't talk about in this article. At least I didn't read it because I got so disgusted with it. Oh, nope, it's not in there. Here's my question. How are they going to label this? Or do they have to label it? Because the FDA surely hasn't said how they're going to let them market this and sell it in grocery stores. Are they going to have to label it? This was lab grown meat? Very true, Hudson Valley. Yes. Yeah, exactly. And Fed Up American said it best right here. People don't want to live with an uncomfortable truth, so they accept the lies to make them feel better. Absolutely. And my man Oslander Info says, coincidentally, being announced same time as the production of almost embryos. Correct. Yes. And folks, this is why I look at news sources outside of the US as well, because we're not going to find this here. You know, Jesus said in the last days it will be like the days of Noah. There was evil running rampant, but God told Noah to prepare for a flood. And Jesus is telling us today to prepare for a disaster. I'm going to put that on the screen. Love and life, you are absolutely 100%. That's why, folks, you hear all the content creators in the preparedness community and in the gardening community and across all communities prepare. Something's going to happen. By the way, folks, if you have not taken put in your remark for the poll, please do, because I'll close it soon because I don't want to leave it open and forget completely about it. Yeah. And Parabellum Prepper says this fake meat comes out, less normal meat is available, which will drive up costs of natural grown meat. You are absolutely correct, Parabellum. And that's what we got to do, folks. We got to prepare. Matter of fact, I got a guy I'm getting ready to call. And he raises lambs and goats and all this other stuff. I'm going to go get a slaughtered and processed lamb and put it in the freezer. But this is pure insanity, people. This made me really, really upset when I saw this. Now, a little bit of sad news. And I hope everybody has a Kleenex, or at least everybody sheds a tear when I show this story. And I'm so sorry to hear this. After almost 56 years, Chick-fil-A just made a bittersweet announcement. Chick-fil-A is closing their first store that they had, that they opened 56 years ago, people. Can we have a moment of silence? Yeah. So the reason why Chick-fil-A is closing the store, their first store opened November 24th, 1967. And it opened up in Atlanta in the Greenbrier Mall. An idea as original as his chicken sandwich. So here's the thing. That is the only Chick-fil-A that has ever closed in the last 56 years. And the reason they said they closed it is because the mall lost its anchor stores and foot traffic is down. Therefore, it's hard to sell chicken sandwiches to people that aren't in the mall. So they're going to close that store. Well, I get it. I get it. I get it. I have no idea, Parabellum. I'm not from Atlanta. And if anybody in the chat is from Atlanta or know anything about Atlanta, Greenbrier Mall, what is it about? Yeah. Well, Fang, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. But yes, Chick-fil-A is closing their original store. So, okay. At least they don't have to worry about selling fake meat or chicken there. Yeah. Yes, most malls are dying. You're absolutely right, Prepper Book Club. Most malls are dying. So, here's another one. What time is it? Ooh, it's 8:44. Good Lord. Time flies when we're having fun. So, you may have heard of this story. You may not have. But I'm going to share it anyway. We're going to talk about it and see what comes about. So we all know China, they're negotiating new military training facility in Cuba. According to Al Jazeera, the Wall Street Journal says talks over new military facility are in late stages with U.S. officials seeking to intervene. So while China and Cuba are negotiating a military training facility, what do you think the U.S. will do, folks? Put it in the chat. I said, don't stress. The fast food chains will do deliveries via drone. That is an easy way to start that fiasco. Correct. Yes. So yeah, they're talking with Cuba, putting a military training facility in there. Now, last time I heard about a training facility by another country going into Cuba, Didn't we almost go to war with them? And President Kennedy and all these other folks kind of just got all up in arms because Cuba's not but a stone throw away from the U.S. Be rich, my brother. What's up, chat? The whole area mall is being torn down and updated. There you go, folks. By the way, Be Rich, thank you so much for the donation, my brother. I truly appreciate you. And all donations, you guys know, go to the channel, back into the channel to bring you guys amazing stuff, amazing bug out weekends, and things like that. Yeah. But so he says, Be Rich says that the whole area, the whole mall is being torn down and updated. Okay, there we go. So Chick-fil-A, there you go. And as Hudson Valley says, they will do nothing but cry about it. Correct. Once China and Cuba ink that deal and they put in a military training facility, the U.S. will cry. That's about it. That's all they'll do. Rip Curl Readiness, good to see you, my friend. I think they want that so they can bring on the order everything from home and have delivered by drones, both air and land. And what company do you think will start delivering fast food that currently does not, y'all? I'll give everybody 2 guesses, and the first guess doesn't count. Yeah. Yeah, it's all going to come down to one company delivering or 2 companies delivering everything. And currently, one company delivers everything. That's for sure. And I would say, you know, those folks, and I don't think it's going to be FedEx, UPS, or the United States Postal Service. I think it's going to be the guys in the blue trucks. Exactly, Rip Curl. Exactly. Exactly. Huh. I wonder why. I wonder how that'll happen. So, again, you know, with this China has been negotiating the creation of a new joint training facility on the Caribbean island nation of Cuba, creating certains it could lead to the stationing of Chinese troops in the waters off of the U.S. Now, if that happens, and most of us agreed and said that the U.S. will do nothing but cry about it and eat an ice cream sandwich. Yeah. That too, Rip Curl, you're right. They do. Amazon owns the airspace for delivery drones. They sure do. How do you buy air? How do you buy something you don't own? Is that called theft or stealing? Anywho, yeah. So I truly believe that if China and Cuba ink this deal, the U.S. isn't going to do anything about it. Absolutely nothing. And as Hudson Valley said, I'm moving to the woods. Yes. As Oki Khan said, yep, we have them coming, probably coming across the border now. That would be true. That would be true. And I forgot whose channel I saw it on. All of the ones that are crossing the border that are of, what's the word they used? Military age. They're housing them in a separate facility somewhere else. Yeah. It's insanity, folks. So keep an eye on that. Just keep an eye on it and see what's going on. Now, back to the implosion of the submarine. We got to talk about this first. Oslander said, how many sleepers are already boots on the ground? Every male citizen of a commie nation is a trained reservist. That is true. And we have tons of those boots on the ground in this country already. Yes, you're absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. So with that, so yes, you are Hudson Valley. He's going to the woods all weekend. Rain in the forecast, dragging the Livingston man, kicking and screaming if I have to. That's right. Absolutely, Mike. Absolutely. Ghetto, good to see you, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day today, bruh. So the submarine that apparently imploded on itself while looking at the Titanic, um, it was a 5-person sub. And here's why I'm talking about this article, because it made headlines everywhere. And I was trying to figure out who was on the sub. So here is who was on the sub. Who was on board of this 5-man submarine? The Dawood family has confirmed that Shahzadah Dawood and his 19-year-old son, Sulman, are on board of the vessel. Now, the Dawood family, the dad, who was 48, is vice president or vice chairman of one of Pakistan's largest conglomerates, Aero Corporation, which invests in fertilizers, vehicle manufacturing, energy, and digital technology. Terry Johnson, good evening. This is what I was talking about, folks. Listen for what you don't hear. I'm going to put this article in the chat so folks can check this out for themselves. The Dawoods belong to, one of Pakistan's most prominent families. We're very grateful for the concern being shown by our colleagues and friends, and would like to request everyone to pray for their safety while granting the family privacy during this time. Okay, so that was 2 of the 5 that were on the sub that imploded. So the other people on the sub was Hamish Harding. This Hamish Harding is a British billionaire and chairman of the aviation company Action Aviation. He is also among the missing, according to his stepson. Now, apparently, Hamish Harding, is based in Dubai. Dubai-based Harding had posted on social media that he was proud to be heading to the Titanic as a mission, in quotations, mission specialist. Adding, due to the worst winter in the Netherlands in over 40 years, this mission is likely to be the first and only manned mission to the Titanic in 2023. Harding was also on board the 2019 More Orbit flight mission that set a record for the fastest circumnavigation of Earth by aircraft over both geographic poles. So here we have a billionaire that was on the sub. And then Paul Henry Gargolet, a 77-year-old French explorer, whom media says was one of the first of the 5 on board. And he is the director of underwater research at a company that owns the rights to the Titanic wreck. He's also a former commander in the French Navy. He was both a deep sea diver and a minesweeper. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Barham said just a bunch of rich people who didn't have to work, so they decided to go to the Titanic. Lesson, go to work. Yeah, and as Auslander says, well, it is to be execs that only rich people aware they're not like our working class wages and pensions can cover the boarding ticket. Very true. Yes. Yes. And Happy Mac said each of them paid 250K. I want to get old, so even if I was a billionaire, no thank you. I agree with you on that, Happy Mac. Yeah, Aston Teen 85, good to see you. They said technology war overseas already started, unless you're talking about WW3. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. So, Paul was on there too, 77 years old. And the last person in the sub was Stockton Rush, who happens to be the founder and CEO of the vessel's US based operating company, Ocean Gate, was also on board the submersible, according to media reports. It's an amazing, beautiful wreck. Rush told the UK Sky News of the Titanic earlier this year. Okay, the boat sunk. History. Do me a favor. I'm not going to jump down this rabbit hole, but I want folks to do their homework and learn on their own. Look at who was on the Titanic when it went down, and specifically pay attention to what people in the United States were on the Titanic when it went down. And I'll leave that at that. But Ocean Gate is saying that they have successfully completed over 14 expeditions and over 200 dives in the Pacific, Atlantic, and Gulf of Mexico, according to their website. So, folks, pay attention to who was on this sub and what could or could not come out. I don't know. Maybe a dot that I'm not connecting and it doesn't need to be connected. Kanajan, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Pay attention to who was on that sub and keep an ear open to related things to those people. As Oss says, kind of reminds me of the first civics going to space. Remember the space shuttle? See, and I don't even want to talk about that because I saw some information about the space shuttle that exploded and I sent it to Hudson Valley and I was like, I pray this is not true, but I'm gonna leave it at that. My man, the Prepared Irishman. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. As Kanajan said, did they have something on Hillary? Probably. Don't know. Then again, who knows? Yeah, Hudson Valley, that was creepy, especially if it's true. Yes. But folks, the time is 9. So let's look at the survey. Let's close the poll and check out the results. If you have not voted, you have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 second. The poll has ended. And there are the results. What do you think will happen first? War overseas, 47%. U.S. financial collapse, 41%. U.S. hit by an EMP, 5%. War on U.S. soil, 5%. 53 people voted. So the majority thinks that or says that war overseas will be the first thing that happens. Yeah. And I don't even know if I participated in the poll. I did not. Wow. Okay. But there it is. So, folks, keep your head on the swivel. Check your preps, check your gear, guys. You never know what can happen. Check your gear. As the folks, the roaming prepper had a live. Go check it out. He's talking about checking your gear this weekend. I came in late because I was doing some other stuff and was on the phone with the dog breeder and getting all excited about the pup coming later next month. And check your gear, folks, because I'm going to go back and rewatch it. I need to get some details. Check your gear, check your preps, folks. And as always, I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. And loving life. I had some of those chocolate covered coffee beans this morning. Man, that is some good stuff. And thank you again. I have a feeling when I open the pecans or walnuts, I forget either one. As soon as I open that bag, it's going to be gone within 10 minutes. But thank you. Thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight. And remember this, keep prepping, because your family depends on you and it depends on your life. Everybody have a great Thursday evening. Stay safe. Keep prepping. Check your gear. Go over your gear. God bless everybody. Vision Preparedness. We will see you in the next video. Good night, everybody. Be safe.
I'm Trent, and this is Vision Preparedness.